Very good morning, South Africa. Baie goeiemôre, Suid-Afrika. Molweni, South Africa, and it is Wednesday morning, 9 o'clock South African time. Something that we have been doing now for a year, uninterrupted, unabated, a coffee decision that we've decided to keep, a meeting that has grown into something that I must tell you everybody at the end of the day looks forward to. Dames en heren, ja, dis reg, dis 9 uur op ons woensdagoggend koffie vergadering saam met Neil de Beer. Dit is nou 'n jaar wat ons hierdie by mekaar gehou het en soos beloof, al is ons moeg, al het ons 3 uur vanoggend eers in die Kaap aangekom. My 9 uur met u is 'n persoonlike belofte en dit gaan baie goed. Ek wil gou 'n paar mense groet. Anine, Eugene, Rihanna, goeiemôre. Esther, Donald Delport, Ethel, goeiemôre. Lorna, always Lorna. Good to see you, Lorna. Thank you for carrying us through the night and saying good evening. Els, goeiemôre. Els Marie, Aleta, just bringing some people to the morning to say hello. Morning from sunny George. Heidi, great Eden, great to have seen you there in our tour. Elisabeth van Gansbaai, God seën jou. Eve from Port Elizabeth, good morning. Hope that you are well. And then just a couple more. Susan, Cornick, Cesar Armstrong, very good morning. Geseënde dag. Johan van Wijngaard. Colleen, good morning. And then already 385 people on with us. And that's very important because we've got some great things to share with you. Always my state of the nation that I give from all the information that we get. Al die inligting wat ons kry, wil ons vandag met u bespreek. Ek vat dit maar nou net saam vir die week en dan gee ek dit oor aan u. And if there's a couple of topics that you need me to address, feel free to post it here so that I can address it. Trixie, welcome from New Zealand. Thank you, Trixie. Hope that you're well and we miss you here. Looking forward to all the people that are currently overseas returning, speaking to us and making sure that we are fine. Samantha, good morning. Pocket thunder. Now let me quickly tell you, Samantha, we need more of those biscuits. Let me tell you, it made our tour. So, well done, Samantha, for always looking after us. We were in Buffalo City, Port East London. Unbelievable. I will give you feedback on that now. Then to Tina, good morning. Desiree West, good morning. Have an awesome day. All the hearts and all the loves coming up here. Wow, just unbelievable. Roger Ellick, good morning. Elsie baie dankie. Dit is harde werk, maar dit is God se werk. Dit is geesteswerk, dit is landswerk. En dit is vir my baie lekker. Mariana Oos-London, daar sy. Goeiemôre. Guzzle, good morning. Just a question, when are you elected president? Can we have Vusi Temik on finance? I like the suggestions. I like it. And we are going to have massive debates about that. Janet, good morning. Neil, thank you for all the good showing you on. Thank you so much. Thanks, Janet. Natasha, good morning. Dale Hamilton, good morning. Yes, we are going to make a change. South Africa, let me start getting to the point. My team drove right through the night last night. We left Durban yesterday at about 7 o'clock in the morning. We went through the country. I actually decided that there were 2 places that I needed to stop on the way. We took the Allewil North Bloemfontein route back to Cape Town. I do this because I want to make something abundantly clear to you as the people. It doesn't matter the length of road that you drive. It matters not the exhaustion It matters not, yes, the risk to safety and security of myself and my people that are with me. What matters is that we get to you. I want to make it very clear that when I started this journey in politics a year ago, and we fundamentally decided to become a political movement, and then at a certain stage, with an overwhelming support of you, decided to register as a political party. When we did so, there were obviously ramifications that had to come. Elke aksie, dames en here, het 'n reaksie. Ons het nie 'n politieke beweging net begin nie. Ons het 'n politieke familie begin met die. Dis duidelik. En toe ons 'n politieke party wil raak, was dit omdat u dit gevra het. But right at the beginning, at the initial founding stage of us becoming a political party, there was one thing that was clear and that was asked from me. And that is that we come and meet the people. Ek dink oom Eugene het gesê van Langebaan, jy moet 'n stadsaal president wees. You've got to be a town hall president. And I said to him, Eugene, explain. And he said, you can only go and become a president of a country if you are absolutely in touch with the people of the country. You cannot go and try and lead a country if you don't know what's broken. Jy kan nie 'n land wil gaan lei. Jy kan nie wil 'n land lei sonder om met die land te praat nie. En dis wat ek doen. I took that as great advice. That to become a leader in this country, you first have to go and find the people. And that's you. Now, South Africa, let me tell you what we've done. We have, in the past 6 months, gone around this country 3 times. I want you to hear. Ons is al 3 keer om hierdie land, Suid-Afrika. 3 keer. Watter ander politieke leier en watter ander politici het in 'n kar geklim en 3 keer al meer as 18,000 kilometer gery? Daar is nie. Nie dat ek sê ander politieke partye kom nie by mense uit nie, maar hulle kom nie by mense uit. Hulle klim op 'n vliegtuig, hulle vlieg na 8 plekke toe en hulle praat en hulle waai. Dis wat hulle doen. Almal van hulle. There's not one political leader, I don't care who you are, that has done that. They get in an aircraft, they go to Durban. They get in an aircraft, they go to Port Elizabeth. Aircraft, Joburg. Do they drive? You see, only if you get in a car and you drive 5,000 kilometers in 5 days, although tired as you might be, exhausted as you might be, every single time you stop at a garage, every single time you stop at a farm stall, every single time you stop at a coffee shop, you meet the people. You meet you. And this is it. This is what makes the United Independent Movement, the People's Movement, klaar. Now you can say what makes us different. You can say that we've got a manifesto, that we're a political party. No, we are not. We walk the miles. Steinhuisen, even Cyril, Freedom Front. I'm calling you out, Julius. Patricia, give me evidence that any other one of the current political party leaders have driven 18,000 kilometers, met thousands of people at coffee shops, spoke to them, took their hand, walked the malls, and then I will apologize. Show me the evidence. They haven't. They haven't driven from Cape Town, across the road, gone to Grabouw, stopped off at a coffee shop, met the workers, met the people in the parking lots. Isabel, absolutely it makes a bloody difference, man. Are you getting what I'm saying, Isabel Roche? If you fly in an aircraft, you get on an aeroplane, you land. Who do you meet in between? You don't even talk to the people on the aeroplane. No, it does make a difference. Listen to what I am saying. When you drive in a vehicle across this country, you are meeting the people on the ground. You are not just walking into a stadium. You're not just walking into a hall and talking to the people that are already converted. Do you get it? Ons dominees moet nie in die kerke sit nie. Nee. Ons dominees moet op die straat te stap. Kry jy die konsep? I say it again. People that preach the godly faith should not be sitting in churches. They should be walking in the streets to save people's lives. For it is the people on the street that are seeking divine intervention. It's not the people that just come to a singular building to church. Nee, man. Our people are in the street. Our people are on the beachfront. Our people are in coffee shops. Our people are in the malls. Our people are in the petrol stations. Our people are sitting in restaurants. The people that come and listen to a politician have already made their mind. They're interested. They find him interesting, or they want to be converted. But the real people are on the street. They're on the street. That is why this presidency decided that we will go to the street. Not just to meetings, not just on radio and TV. It's difficult. It's difficult to lead a party that has grown 1,000 times. Yes, we have. We have grown 1,000 times, and the people still ignore us. But they can't ignore us for long. You see, South Africa, the message that I am speaking about when I stopped at Senekal. This was my trip. I drove Cape Town, I spoke in Mossel Bay, I spoke in Grootbrak, I spoke in George, on a rock in the middle of a poverty-stricken area. 100 people came and you saw it, all the kids. Al die kinders het gekom. As jy op 'n rots kan staan sonder 'n tent of 'n mikrofoon en die mense kom. Dit is waar Neil de Beer behoort. Hoor my. Dis waar ek behoort. I need to be on a rock under God's light and stand and speak to the people, because isn't that how they did it before? Jy weet, jy moet murg hê. Jy moet soliede staal hê in jou hart, om net in 'n plek in te stap sonder enige program, mense te roep en die waarheid met hulle te praat. Dit is hoe jy dit doen. En dit is hoe dit gedoen moet word. En as die mense vra het, moet hulle vra. En jy moet nie weghardloop nie, man. You don't have to go and stand behind security and guards and fences. Face the people, and if the people scream at you, if they moan at you, jy wil mos 'n leier wees. You chose to be a leader. Take it. Answer their questions. That is a president. That's a president. A president without fear. We need more people in this country that are leaders without fear. Because if you fear the people, you have lost the people. Becky Tele. I'm not picking on you. I'm just highlighting you. The day that you can be approachable, the day that you can walk amongst the people without your guns and your bullets, is the day that the people might trust you more. We need leaders that come from the people, for the people, by the people. And that is why this tour, hierdie tour wat ek nou net gedoen het, Suid-Afrika, het die UIM weer gevat van 0 tot op 1000. Hoor my. Die mense aan die begin was 10 en 20. Die mense wat ek kon sien in 'n saal was maar 22, 30. Hulle is nou 200. Die bewyse is daar. Dis lekker om in 'n saal te stap en die man sê vir jou, ons is tot kapasiteit, president. Hoor daar, we are to capacity. Laat 'n mens goed voel, man. It makes a person feel good when you walk into a wimpy at a petrol station and you want to sit down for coffee, but you can only have 4 sips because 10 people come and go, Neil de Beer hallo, and you go hi. And the guy said, is jy vragtig hier? En jy sê, ja oom. En hy sê, seun, gaan aan. Someone just goes and says, God's with you. Do you understand how that's important? Yes, your messages are important. Yes, what you say to me is important. But what is more important is if you meet me, look me in my eyes, and you can say to me, God's with you. Then you just, boom, you just get up. South Africa, we are ready. We are 857 people. 800 again. Good morning, South Africa. Which other person goes on social media, speaks, takes your questions, and loves you? It's very easy. Speak to the people. When you meet the people will guide you. You can't sit in parliament, you can't sit in council and then run away. I saw a poll today. They did a poll, and you know what? The SABC found out that when they asked, do you know your councillor? 64% of the people said, no, we don't know who's our councillor. They're hiding away. You see, you shouldn't be putting up posters today and telling the world who you are and what you're going to do, and this is you. You should be putting up your picture and your cell phone number after 2 November, every day. Do you hear me? Want dit lyk my, al die beloftes lyk nou mooi, Suid-Afrika. How beautiful the posters are going up and making promises of change and promises of housing and promises of a better life. Nonsense. Absolute nonsense. How has the people that currently had power asking now for more power to do what they were supposed to do? Dis mos nonsense. Julle het nou mag. Die DA, die ANC, die EFF, die Vryheidsfront, Cope, die Good Party, julle het almal mag gehad. En wat die hel het julle daarmee gemaak? 'n ronde nul. 'n ronde nul. You've had power. Now you're asking for more power for another 5 years to do what? You are on television debates. You spend more than 30 million on wrapping buses, putting up posters and dancing until 1 November. And then you come and tell us that you are going to bring change. Do you think we're stupid? Jammer Suid-Afrika, maar in my taal, in Kaapstad, sê hulle, jy vat my vir 'n gat, man. Jy vat my vir 'n tol hierso. Ek is baie jammer, hoor gou vir my. Jy dink ons is dom. South Africa, the day that the politicians in this country start eagerly telling others that we are dumb, that is the day that there is a total break in this country's ideology and IQ. I'm sorry, I don't meet stupid people. I've just met good people. I've just met great people that stand at East London, that stand at Gqeberha, that stand at East London. I had one of my greatest meetings in politics in my life, not in Parliament, not in council, not in a hall. But when I went to Buffalo City, I walked the one morning and I stood there with a cup of coffee amongst 8 people at a coffee vendor. And I sat next to them and they knew exactly who we were. And they spoke to me. Can you imagine normal citizens sitting with a president of a political party who came and sat with them because I wanted to understand what's wrong? Where are we going wrong? And this old gentleman, 73, looked at me, laughed, and he said, by the way, I like your TikToks. And I laughed. I said, are you on TikTok? And he said, yes, that's where I met you in the first place. And I said to him, what can I do? What can I change? And you know what he said? He said, Neil, don't change. Don't change. The biggest advice, South Africa, that Neil de Beer has been given repetitively, day by day, is they ask me, no matter what happens, don't change. And that's a compliment. Want as ek die waarheid praat, dan is ons reg. Die Suid-Afrikaanse mense in hierdie land is moeg. Die Suid-Afrikaners in hierdie land is gatvol. Nou kom die mense van die DA en nou kom praat hulle met advertensies wat hulle nog 10 miljoen rand gaan kos, waar hulle op die radio advertensies maak om te sê dat hulle moenie vir kleiner partye stem in hierdie land nie, want die kleiner partye gaan die vote split, gaan die besluit split. Absolute nonsens. Want as julle in die DA julle werk gedoen het, as julle die oppositie was, wat hierdie mense gestuit het, dan moes ons nie 'n politieke party geword het nie. Maak dit vir jou sin? Of is dit weer totaal ironies en onlogies in jou brein? Kryf jou 'n koppie koffie, kryf jou koffie, kryf jou 'n koppie koffiekie. En dan sê jy vir my, as die mense in die parlement gaan doen het wat hulle bloody moes doen, dan moes ons nie nou vandag hier gesit het nie. Isabel Roche, ai my meisie, hoekom sukkel ek en jy so vandag? Jy sê, sjoe, jy is kwaad. Nee, Isabel, jy het my nog nooit kwaad gesien. Ek is passievol, né? Isabella? Nee, is nie kwaad nie. Jy sien, Isabella, kom ek sê gou vir jou wat kwaad is. Kwaad is as jy opstaan en jy word gebel om te sê dat gisterand is nog 'n 12-jarige seun doodgeskiet, Isabel. Dan raak ek nie kwaad nie, dan raak ek te moer in, hoor. Kwaad is om uit te vind dat die politici in hierdie land het alweer mense se huise gaan afbreek in die middel van winter, Isabel. Kwaad is as jy uitvind dat 82 families vanoggend sal opstaan sonder kos, Isabel. Kwaad is as ek opstaan en ek vind uit dat weer eens 'n politieke party lieg. Kwaad is as ek uitvind dat ons as Suid-Afrikaners ydelik bystaan terwyl ons na 'n karkas kyk waar hyenas ons uitroei, Isabel. Dis kwaad. Ek is nie vanoggend kwaad nie, ek het 3 uur vanoggend eers by die huis uitgekom, na 1300 kilometer, ek is passievol man. Ek kan nog hier voor jou sit en sê ek is reg vir 'n dag, kyk hoe lyk ek, kyk hoe mooi lyk ons vandag, ons het al geskeer, ons het al gespuit, ons het al geopgedis, dat is net nie make-up nie, né? Maar kyk gou vir my, Isabel, ek kan weer fight vandag. Ja, ek noem dit 'n fight, ek noem dit 'n beklei, ek noem dit 'n stryd, ek noem dit 'n oorlog, ek noem dit 'n ding, man. Isabella, jy moet saamkom, né? Miskien moet jy 'n bietjie kwaad raak. Vir ons mense wat toelaat dat gemors op ons strate lê. Skryf jou ore, Isabel, of ek moet dit vir jou kom aansit met 'n klein gehoorstelseltjie, né, Isabel? Hoor my. We are in trouble in this country. We are in trouble. And the reason we are in trouble is no other reason than two. I'll give you those 2 reasons today, and you can tell me there's 950 people here today. Hear me well, South Africa. The first reason this country is in trouble is because we vote them back to give us trouble. And then we say, rather the devil, No. You vote because you say, rather the devil, How do you vote for the devil? Nee, ons gaan liewerste vir hierdie mense stem, want dis daarom ten minste die duiwel wat ons ken. Die duiwel, ek weet nie van jou nie, maar ek soek nie Satan en die duiwel in my lewe nie. Jy sien Suid-Afrika, ons is in 'n posisie waar ons sê, maar ons sal liewerste vir die ou mense wat ons voorheen voorgestem het, kies, dan enigiemand anderste. Want dan jy maar altyd kry wat jy gekry het. Hoor my? If you do the same thing with the same people in the same time, what do you think you're going to get except the same? Hierdie land wil nie meer dieselfde hê nie. Hierdie land wil nie meer dieselfde uitkoms hê as wat ons gehad het nie. Watter uitkoms is dit? Dit is tog nie intelligent nie, Suid-Afrika. If you vote for the same party, they're going to do the same thing. I'm asking you, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Kyk hoe lyk ons land. Ek is die enigste politieke leier in hierdie land, wat al hierdie land deurgery het, wat gesien het hoe die gemors lê op die veld. Die riviere totaal vergif word. Die gemors nie verwyder word nie, die krake deur die sypaaie, en dan kom sit jy 'n bloody teken wat sê potholes. Dan kom hy, dis die neeldebeer yskriem blykbaar. Gert van 'n Merwe, kom ek spreek jou aan. Plaasmoorde, moord, is verkeerd. Mense moet opstaan en sê dat moord is moord. Maar ek vra jou reguit, Gert van 'n Merwe, wat doen hulle daaromtrent? Ek wil weet, wat maak ons daaromtrent? Jy sien, daar's 'n ou op die oomblik wat vandag rondloop, ek gaan hom die 28ste sien. Hy is op pad, Petrus hier toe. Ons ondersteun vir Petrus. Hy is besig om te stap uit die Noorde Kaap toe, om net te praat oor plaasmoord. Die UIM is klaar gepraat. Die UIM het hierdie week weer eens gesit met 'n organisasie wat nie praat oor plaasmoorde nie. maar effektief beklei daarteen. Hulle het begin in die Vrystaat, hulle is nou in die Noord-Kaap, en ek het gister 'n tydjie afgevat in Bloemfontein, Mangaung. Dit kom nou Kaap toe. So Gert, hoor my, ons beklei. Maar ons kan nie alleen beklei nie. Ons moet ophou om agter Facebook te sit en net hierdie goedjies te tik. Ons moet in ons karre klim en patrollie ry met gewere. En dit is hoe die enigste manier hoe die UIM, en julle kan sien, ons doen dit elke dag. Ons staan nie terug nie, man. Inteendeel, ons doen dit al vir 2-3 jaar. Wel, Neil de Beer doen dit in sy bulletproof. Wat doen jy? Wat doen julle? Suid-Afrika, hoor my baie mooi, ons kan nie aangaan soos ons aangaan nie. The UIM is the only political party that has stood up for reconciliation. We need to reconcile. We need unity and we must stop racism. Het julle my gehoor? Suid-Afrika, 950 van u, ons moet besluit om aan te gaan en om saam te kom. Suid-Afrika, hoor my? Ek is die nuwe seun op hierdie blok. Ons is niet, né? Die UIM is niet. Nou kom ek sê gou vir julle 'n paar statistieke. Ons is nie eers 'n jaar oud as 'n politieke party nie, maar kyk hoe het ons gegroei. Ons groei met 1000 lede 'n week. Lorna Potgieter is hier. Lorna het elke persoon tot op nuut gehelp om te registreer en monitor ons registrasie. Ek wil vir Lorna Potgieter sê, Lorna, ons is klein, maar ons is getrein, Lorna. Lorna werk tot 2-3 uur in die oggend, sy ken elke persoon wat geregistreer is. Ons staan nou al oor die 9000. Waar het u al gehoor van 'n politieke party wat nie eens geregistreer is vir 2 maande wat staan op 9000? Nee man, dit kan nie gebeur nie. Dit is 'n absolute wonderwerk. Waar het u van 'n politieke party gehoor wat 2 maande gestig is en wat op hierdie oomblik 7 provinsies klaar dek? Waar het u gehoor van 'n politieke party wat 1200 kandidate 1 November gaan ingee om 'n munisipale verkiesing deel te neem? Where have you heard of a political party? Sorry, I've not been in politics, but I have understood politics for 30 years. There is none. There is none. There is no political party in this country, factually according to the media, that have had growth like this ever before, and they don't give us the media time. We are 3 times the size of Action SA. Did you know that? No, I'm talking to you now. 962 of you. Did you know that? You didn't know? We are 3 times the current size of Action SA, of Herman Mashaba. Mr. Mashaba is not contesting 1,200 seats. Not at all. We are contesting in 38 municipalities, which 8 are metros. All of them. Sorry. If you look at currently the political parties in this country that is in contestation, we are the 4th or 5th largest. We are contesting 1/4 of all the seats available in the country. And I'll tell you why. Ek gaan vir jou sê hoekom. We don't lie. We don't lie. We expose the lies. And we keep the people that lied accountable. Now there's the word South Africa. Kom gou saam met my. Accountability. There's a word called conscience. Jou gewete, né? Ek wil gou vir die sê baie reguit. I want to tell you very, very clearly. The United Independent Movement must become the conscience of the people. We must be the conscience. If you vote for us, I can't offer you thousands of houses. I can't offer you hundreds of billions of rands. But what I can do is I can promise you that we will be your conscience within your local government. We might be small, like David, but we will beat and defeat Goliath. You see, the point that they call the UIM small gives us the opportunity to attack the big. In 12 days from now, South Africa, the United Independent Movement, no matter what you say. Dankie, Tokka. Met 'n slukkie koffie, is niemand om vir my koffie te bring nie. Ek's maar 'n bachelor, né? You are going to get it done. Davudine, we are going to, I tell you now, in the promise of what I've made in front of God, we are going to unearth the people that steal. We are contesting not to take over. Listen to me, South Africa. We are not naive. You have a dream and you have reality. And in most of the times in my life, on the 27th of October, it's my birthday. It's my geboortedag, die 27ste Oktober. On the 27th of October, I will be 53 years old. But indeed, 53 years young. What have I learned in 53 years? So much. But what can I learn from people that are 60, 70, 80, and 90? I can learn much more. You see, you never stop learning until the day you die. I'm learning from you. Every single one of you, every single one of your 938 people here, you are teaching me something, and that is love. We have gone now past the stage where the UIM is a Neil de Beer show. We are now a very effective political party. My tour that I just did made us explode. We exploded. I'll tell you that when I came to East London, when I drove into Buffalo City, we never had a full hall before we had a full hall. From the day that I left there a month and a half ago to the day that I got back, we had capacity crowds. Why in Buffalo City? I'll tell you why. Look at Tamara. Look at Tamara van Zyl, and then when you look at Tamara and you look at her team, like Pocket Rocket, and you look at everybody around her, that was given to us by God. And I'm so proud of Tamara, of Kelly, of everybody, of my most youngest supporter. I got emotional because when we walked into that hall in my final speech in Buffalo City, there wasn't space for more. That's how we grew. And we are going to make a considerable impact in that city so that we can highlight the truth in Buffalo City. If you're not going to vote UIM, you're going to get stuck with what you stuck now, and that's not right. It's a beautiful city, and it must be changed. Change is coming, because together we will. To Tamara and her team, Godspeed. That was our last push at Buffalo City to give you that little bit of oomph. Get your councillors in. Get them in. It's critical. You can see the pictures of the meetings between all the races, all the demographics. They are ready. They are really, really ready. And then from there, from Buffalo City, we drove all the way to Durban. And let me quickly tell you, I'll tell you something. The only word that I can get out of my mouth about KZN is wow. A wow experience. And I want to share this with you quickly. I'm a human being. Many of you don't know me. You just know me here. Many of you have now met me, but you still don't know me. But you know me here, we've become a family, South Africa. Now let me tell you, what a wow moment in Durban. Phoenix, Chatsworth, Pietermaritzburg, Toti. We went there, Pinetown. We went there. and we were flooded. Flooded. I have never seen such love, such overwhelming passion from people. And let me quickly tell you, South Africa, I am proud of our South African Indian community. They grabbed me and they loved me. And they gave that love to the UIM. The UIM became their people. The UIM is now stronger in those areas than any other party in the world. And I'll tell you why. We went there. I walked the streets. I went into their markets, into Bangladesh market, Chatsworth market. I went and met the people. I saw their smiles. I shared their cries. I gave them hugs to heal a society. And still we go there and other parties put up their posters and they say they care. No, that's politics. Real care is when you are invited, listen to me, into their homes. There's a custom that when they invite you into their house for dinner, for lunch, which we did 18 times. Listen to me quickly, listen to me. If you've never had a curry in Durban, and that curry is identified as hot. No, hang on. No. In Cape Town, when you buy a curry, it says mild, medium, hot. I have tried the Cape Town packet of hot curry. I'm telling you right now, it's mild. Hoor my mooi. I went to Durban and a lady said to me, what would you like? And I said to her, I'm in Durban, give me hot curry. She said, you sure? I said, I'm absolutely sure. She said, it's very hot. I said, madam, I can take hot. I've had hot. She put down this hot curry, this lamb hot curry. 3 days after having the hot curry, I remembered that I had hot curry. People, if you're not used to hot curry from Durban, you must understand it is a explosive thing. And that's Durban. It's the charismatic people. It's the love they give you, the touching, the soji. I found out a pudding in Durban called soji, and it blew my mind. The problem is I said on a live, I like soji, and wherever I went for 5 days in Durban, I was given a ton of soji. We should be making Koeksisters, Malva pudding, and soji, the official puddings of this country, because it blew my mind. And I left KZN knowing that no matter what happened in Phoenix, that no matter what happened in Durban, the UIM brought love and the UIM brought unity. I then went from Durban to Senekal. South Africa, why did I go to Senekal? I went to Senekal because, funny enough, a friend of mine that was in the army with me, Dirk, is now staying in Senekal. He's involved in the community. He was in the military with me for a very long time. But Senekal has a different meaning. There's a massive different meaning to us. What put Senekal on the map was the absolute devastating murder of a young man. And here's what I'm asking today. Dis wat ek wil vra. Dit was 'n verskrikking van 'n plaasmoord. 'n Lelike moord op 'n goeie jong man. In Senekal, a young man died brutally. And I remember there were two Senekals. There was Senekal 1, where the people gathered of the community and of the region. And then there was Senekal 2, where people came to grandstand. Where Frikkie Malema and his cohorts of destructive, rebellious people came to stand to prove a point. And many others went there to go and show off. I was asked if I want to go to Senekal, and I told the people no. It's not my place in those times. Senekal was for the people, the family, and the community to mourn and to get out their anger. Finally, I went to Senekal yesterday. I went there. I stood at a place where many people stood a couple of months ago en masse. I went to go stand there alone. I wanted to stand there so that I could take everything in, so that I can understand, in my way, the feeling of the people that were in Senekal. Now, South Africa, you can never say to the family of that young man how you feel. That young man and his family's memory are alive today. Senekal and the lessons that we need to learn out of Senekal has disappeared. You see, South Africa, we like having events. We like having events about tragedy and then we move on. And I'm telling you right now, the memory of Brandon Horner, who was viciously murdered brutally in Senekal, cannot be forgotten. I want to make it very clear. You went to Senekal and you made an event. You went to Senekal and you stood on back of bakkies with massive sound systems, made massive speeches about war, about defense, about farm murders, justice, and now? You see, Brandon Horn has become a statistic. Brandon Horner has now become part of what we call history. And that's wrong. Ons het 'n jong man verloor, Brandon Horner, wat daar gestaan het en wat vir homself moes verdedig en wat op 'n baie brutale manier vermoor is, maar ons het alweer vergeet. Ons het Senekal vergeet. Die enigste ding wat ons weet van Senekal is dat daar was 'n groot moontlikheid dat die EFF en die ander kant mekaar wil aanvat. But we forgot about the young man. I think we need to understand that very soon the anniversary of that murder will come up again. That the people that murdered him in a brutal way needs to be still exposed. We need to know. I thought everybody said that this moment in Senekal, which I watched because I didn't want to go, because I didn't want to interfere. I didn't want to make it a Neil show. I knew I would end up in Senekal. I knew it, and I ended up in Senekal yesterday. One, to go visit my friend, and the second, to go pay homage in my own way. Mense, ons kan nie dit vergeet nie. We put up tents and we made big speeches. We can't do that. I thought that we were going to say that Brandon Horner's death would be the turning of the tide of farm murders in this country. I thought that we would use this man's loss of life to draw the line in the sand. Ek dacht ons sou daai moord gebruik as 'n lyn in die sand. Want daar was groot mense daar. Almal was daar. AfriForum was daar. Solidariteit was daar. Al die groot manne was daar. Groot toesprake op 'n bakkie. Groot toesprake in die gemeenskap. En waar is hulle nou? Nêrens. Ons is nêrens. Want van die dag wat Brendan Honne dood is tot vandag toe, is ons weer dood. So we can't forget that day. We can't forget the memory of Brendan Honne and many others. Many others. Maar ek vra maar net. Ek wat gesê is, ek mag nie Senekal toe kom nie. I that was told I'm not welcome at Senekal. I that was told that I'm not welcome to be there. Well, I didn't go. But now I went. And I found no one there. I don't think we must let it go. I don't think that people like Brendan Honne and the rest of the thousands of farmers that have died in this country, that we should just let it go. Jy kan praat oor 'n ding, maar wragtig, jy moet 'n ding gaan regmaak, man. En ons gaan. Ons gaan. Maar julle moet my hoor, om in die staat in te kom, moet julle ons in staat stel. Het ons gehoor? Julle moet ons in staat stel om in die staat in te kom. Sodat ons hierdie staat van sake kan verander. When I say this repetitively on my lives, I say it, you can hear, I repeat myself on my speeches. When I say to them, you're not killing a human being only. You're killing food. You are killing the people that supply us with major nutrition and food. And we must protect them. But we have to protect all our people. Ek gaan nou hierdie aeroplane land met julle. Al 936. Hier is my boodskap. Ons eerste missie was om in 1 November deel te neem, Suid-Afrika. We needed to go and see if 1 November can work. And it is. Hear me well. 1 November, this country within the next 12 days will get up in a new era. We might be small, UIM, but we are punching above our weight. And the reason we are punching above our weight is because we have never lied. We have always produced. We have not made promises that we have not kept, and we are in God, and we stood here and we drove to you. I know we haven't come to every place, but what we had, we had. The total amount of funding that we received in this country totals now up in 1 year only just over 620,000 rand. That is what the DA spends in a week on posters. That's right, South Africa, we've accounted. This political movement has only received 500,000 rand in a year. The rest of it came from myself and my company. We've had no support. We have had no significant financial support, and yet we got up, built a brand, built a party, and got you to believe. Now I'm asking you, what is that? How did we get 1,200 seats covered, our posters? How did we get our candidates? How have I been running this organization with a full staff of more than 12 people at head office? How did we get it right? Our cars, our fuel, our food, our campaigns. How did we do it? With only 600,000 rand over a year. Well, it's with God's intervention. He took that bread, he took the fishes, and he broke it. We could do with that money, and had to do with that money, actually 12 times more than any other political party could do with their billions and their millions. Because it's the people's party. It's the people's party. You see, when people look at you in your eye, they know if it's fake or not. Now, yeah, I must apologize, these eyes are red today. I've only had 3 hours sleep. Because what we decided to do is we decided to fight. Make no mistake, on the 1st of November will not be the history of the UIM. Our history is 2024 and will be written in the books as the most phenomenal change brought to a country in life. Ek sê dit weer. 1 November gaan nie die lyn wees in die einde van die geskiedenis van hierdie land van die UIM nie, hoor. O nee. Ons gaan aan. Want die eindelike rede hoekom ons die UIM begin het was vir 2024. Want die eindbestemming van die UIM is om aan die alle partye om vir hulle te sê of julle gaan die ANC uithaal of ons gaan. Julle moet uit ons pad uit beweeg, want die UIM groei nou. Die UIM is besig om te verdubbel en te vertrippel en om groot te raak. Maar hulle raak groot in die hart. You must give way. And if you don't give way, we will push you out the way. Because there are no more time for lies. It's time to rise now. The rest of this country's political parties have not made a difference. They can tell you what they want. You must get out the way. Because if this was a ship, welcome aboard the SAS UIM. We're a battleship. You are on a rubber duck. Nou vat jou rubber duck en kom uit die pad uit. These massive political parties that have had millions of rands. You might call yourself big battleships, but you have no more ammo. And the people in your flotilla, the people on the other big ships like the UIM, we are bored with you and we are calling you incompetent. Your guns are dead. Now move out the way. We are ready. We have repainted, rearmed, and repopulated the SAS UIM for battle. Now get out the way. I am the captain. You are wasting our time. The shots that you've been firing as political parties have not hit target. Do you hear me? Julle skiet mis. You're shooting the wrong enemy. Nou moer uit die pad uit. I've been long enough in combat to know that on a naval brigade, on a naval flotilla, there comes a time when a captain is shooting from a ship to an enemy, when he hits too much, misses. The next one must come in. Now I'm telling you, get out the way, man. And that's to every single one of you. The DA, you're firing blanks. Nee, reguit, julle skiet blanks, man. Because if your naval ship, the SASDA, the DA, if the SASDA were hitting shots on the bows of the enemy, you should have sunk the ANC and sunk the EFF. They are so pathetic. Hulle weet nie eens waar die sneller is, man. En helfte van hulle mense op by bote kan nie swem nie. Sies. So to the DA, the Vryheidsfront, julle skiet blanks. Julle skiet al bloody blanks vir 27 jaar. Dis hoekom ons in die gemors is, man. Your rounds are blanks. Al wat julle kan staan is op die boot en poei, poei, is om kom klein vletjies te bly die blad. Jy normaal. Kom in die pad uit. Check. Nou is ek kwaad. Want hulle skiet op ons, die kanonskote land die langs ons as mense kapoef, kapoef, en julle bloody beloof wragtig, nee, hierdie keer gaan ons om in die teiken kry, ag man, jy het 'n yskriem, julle skiet mis. Nou ons is 'n klein skip. Ons is 'n klein oorlogskipie, die UIM, ja, the SAS UIM is a small little ship. Maar wragtig, ons kan skiet, man. We've got great guns here. And more than that, we've got the best sailors on board. We have the people. Now, if you politicians for 27 years couldn't find your target, and you are promising us that near on a miracle, this time we will, jy praat gemors. So get out the way. And I'm telling you right now, 2024, I'm not just bringing the SAS UIM, I'm bringing every battleship I can muster, en dan sink ons julle. Even with a submarine, poing, poing, ons gaan vir julle kry. Watch me. Because you're walking out there and you're asking the people for more guns and more bullets so that you can put it on your pathetic sinking ship, the Titanic, and then you come and tell us, no. This time we will get it right. You are moving the deck chairs on your own Titanic, en as julle sink, gaan julle vries. Want julle het nie tennisballe nie. Julle het julle balle verloor. Julle tennisballe, julle cricketballe, julle rugbyballe, julle het julle balle verloor, en nou wil julle ons balle kom vat. Sies, dis diefstal. Kan nie dit doen nie. Speel met jou eie balle. Steinhuisen, kom hier so na my huis toe, ek het vir jou 'n paar balle hier. Ja, hier, lê net hier so, lees ek weet is hier in my garage. Come fetch your balls here. I have some tennis balls, some cricket balls, Jacques, and some rugby balls, né? Yep. Tell all political parties, the UIM is giving out balls today. Many. No, there's many here. And if we run out of balls here, I will go to game and go buy more for you. Because you are not standing up and you are talking utter rubbish on a poll. Take on Becky Cele, man. Vat hom aan. Staan soos 'n man. And sê vir hom, you are fired. But you can't. No, you can't. You sit in parliament and all that you can say is point of order. You hoor my? Point of order, Madam Speaker. What the hell has a point of order stopped the ANC? Has it stopped them? Wow, what a great job you've done in stopping them looting, stealing, corruption, and destroying this country. Great job you've done as the opposition SASDA. Kan maar julle probeer. Luister gou, of jy skiet 'n buffel in die blad of jy bly die mis hom. If you've never gone hunting, I'm well. It seems you've lost your buffalo experience. Ons moet reguit praat. We are 12 days away from our election. And every single day, these politicians, him and Mashaba, Jonathan Steenhuisen, now apparently got rhythm and wants to vula everything. Man, as jy nie kan dansie, moet nie dansie, man. They say there's one thing worse than an idiot. It's a motivated idiot. We must stop motivating idiots because they actually think that they can do something. Maak groot, skiet groot. So here I'm leaving you with a message. I'm landing this plane. We've got to get up in this country and we've got to start with a leadership that currently wants to fight. That doesn't just stand in parliament and puts out points of orders. And when they get done, then they say we couldn't do anything. Now I want to know. I want to ask on a platform, what are you going to do different? If you couldn't do it in the past 5 years. Nee, sis man. My ouma sou gesê het, jy's weer terug hier om nog 'n koffie te leen, maar jy het nie eens vir my die suiker van gister terug te gee nie. Is jy nie skaam nie? My grandma would have said, you here to borrow some more coffee, but you didn't even give me the sugar back that you borrowed yesterday. Sis, asseblief Suid-Afrika, word wakker. Dis al wat ek vir u vra as die leier van die UIM wat op hierdie oomblik blikkei vir die waarheid. Wat in 'n kar klim en elke keer ry om met die mense te praat en ek gaan vir u sê, I'm telling you now, the UIM has turned. That the UIM has turned, and I'm telling you, the fight starts on the 2nd of November, South Africa. 1 November is to get us into local council, but local council will not remove the absolute draconian state that is being created by the ANC. 2025. Because if we can vote them out on the 2024 ballot, in 2025, this nation can rise again. It sounds so far, but it's not. 2024 is around the corner. What are we going to do? Because if your objective is just to come and scream here so that you can become a councillor, if that is the final goal, you are wasting bullets, eh? And our bullets are votes. You are wasting it. Now the DA and the people come and they say, if you vote for the UIM, it's a waste of a vote. You are naive and obnoxious. Because we are trying to fix what you broke. You see, if everybody just does his job, we won't have to come and fix yours. But you have really let us down. Withdraw your battleships and give us the new, the upcoming, the energized and truthful battle group, the UIM. Give us our chance. Because this is who we are. South Africa, we are left with 12 days. No matter what we get, no matter how many councillors go in, on the 2nd of November, we will start building a political organization in this country that will take on the main goal, and that is 2024. We are already speaking there. You've got to help us, because everybody else have had their turn. I want to thank you for every single one of you that have given us your love, that have given you the support, that have grown the UIM into a household name or argument. I know there are many people that still argue. There are many people that still hate us, that reject me, but they are so small. Hulle is so klein. We are going to win. We are going to get up. And we are going to reshape the history of the Republic of South Africa. We have so much work to do. When I drive through this country and I see the potholes, the destruction of factories, the depletion of railroads, the amount of trucks on the roads, the 3 times that we nearly had head-on collisions in this country on these roads were frightening. You just need to drive on the highways at night and see what goes on here. Trucks overtaking trucks without consideration of lives lost. We need to sharpen up and shape up South Africa. We built a railroad system in a couple of decades that were unsurpassable, and now it's destructed again. There shouldn't be this amount of trucks on the road. If we had an effective rail system like we bloody had, trucks don't have to be on the road. And by taking off trucks off the road, you are saving trucks. You are saving roads. Don't you get it? Those massive 50, 80, 90, 180 trucks we passed last night on this highway of the N1, they're breaking our roads. They're causing death. Fikile. We are looking for Fikile and Belula. Anybody? Does anybody know where Frikadel Fikile is? Frikadel, is he there? Does anybody have the contact name number for our Minister of Transport, Frikadel Fikile? FF. Frikadel, luister gou vir my. Jou paaie is moer toe. Jou hele transportsysteem is besig om gesteel te word. En dan hardloop jy daar rond soos 'n frikadelletjie en jy sê soveel, maar jy doen niks. So to Frikadel Fikile, the Honorable Minister of Transport, you are now definitely, after my 2,500 kilometer trip around the country, receiving the normal UIM ice cream to the head. Ladies and gentlemen, the idiot of the week, our own honorable, dishonorable Minister of Transport, Frikadel Fikile en Belula. Daar kom hy, en ek gaan dit vir jou gee in slow motion. Maybe we should say to the Minister of Transport, we used to play a game to feed us, but I'm going to, kyk eens op, maak op, daar sê, daar sê. We need to change South Africa, and we need to fire these idiots. Because they're not on the roads. They don't see what we see. It's falling apart. But it's not over. It's not over. So to Frikadel Fikile, the idiot of the week, the ice cream bearer against your forehead, well done. We are coming. We are coming. Huis vir huis, dorp vir dorp, plaas vir plaas. Every town hall, city hall, house is UIM territory and our home. Let us stand together. We have 12 days left. Let's muster and unite. Because the UIM is the only party that speaks about unity, about reconciliation, and about binding ourselves together in law. We are really, really ready. If you've not decided to vote for the UIM, dig deep. Speak to the people that have given their lives now to turn and become us. Next Wednesday, when I speak to you, it's my birthday. if I'm correct. Jock, am I right? Next Wednesday, 9 o'clock in the morning, is the 27th of October, my birthday. The president, Suki Cyril, hy Suki himself. Suki, if you also want to, we have various bowls here, as I said. But I think we've got one item. Jock is studying, but Jock, do we have a backbone here as well? Yes, we do. That we can give out, hey? Yeah. How many? One? Maybe two, hey? Yeah. So we've just heard there are various balls that we can hand out here today to the political parties. Julle kan julle balle hier kom kry. Sit 'n paar tennisballe, cricketballe. And then we've got a backbone, né? Ruggraat, né? Ons het twee ruggrate hierso. Een vir Cyril. So Cyril, sy Cyril, jy's in die wenspan vandag. Ons het jou ruggraat hierso. It's about here somewhere. And then the other backbone, we can split up to maybe 5 other constituents, né? Get a backbone. Kry 'n ruggraat. Because South Africa is tired. We are tired of lies. We are tired of people telling us on posters they're going to change when they should have changed a couple of years ago. Ons is moeg en ons is nie dom nie. South Africa, we still need your support. We have put up our bank details. We want to push the last 12 days. I want to ask that if you can, spare us those couple of rands to support us. We need to get to the first. We want to go on a final Blitz tour. Myself, the Vice President Fatima Abdul, our National Chair incumbent, and our SG, we would like to go around the country just before the first. We need your funding. If anybody can talk to us, we will raise the capital. As you know how the UIM works, we identify a project and then we ask for the funding. We don't do it the other way around. We don't just ask for 15 million rand and then we decide what we're going to do with it. That makes no sense. So we are working today, even if I came back last night, we are currently working now on the budget for that final leadership tour around the country. It's going to take us 3-4 days. So we would like to ask you to support us, please. To everybody else, keep the membership coming. You know, Lorna is always on duty. Lorna is there. Lorna vat 'n bietjie pak van ons almal. Lorna, ons is nie altyd daar nie. We can't always support you like we want to because of our circumstance. But one thing about Lorna, she never gives up. To everybody else that sits here, thank you very much. Thank you for who you are. Thank you for making this emblem yours. We have a party to build in the next 2 years. So let us go. Promote us. For those that are still on the edge, it doesn't matter. We are a winning team because we are a truthful team. And the truth will set you free. So today again, we've got a hell of a day. We've got a radio show to go attend to. We've got a program as mayoral candidate of Cape Town. We still have work to do. We can't stop. We will continue. To all the people that met us on this tour, God bless you. To those that sent us messages, to those that prayed that we get here safely, thank you very much. I promise you that we will get to you. I promise you we will get to see you. But 1 November is but the first phase to save a country. 1 November is maar die eerste stapie. 'n Great man in ons party, die hoof van Suid-Kaap, Christo Jonk, sê altyd vir my, bietjie maak baie. A little bit and a little bit makes much. So stand with us. Help us. We are the future. May you have a great day. May you be South African. I am so filled with this new national sickness that's coming from everywhere called saphobia. To get saphobia is bad. Saphobia grows in you. To get saphobia actually is terrible. And I hope that every single one of you will be contaminated with saphobia today. What is saphobia? Saphobia is an illness that makes you within your inner self just want to buy South African products. So today, if you feel that your saphobia is really getting the better of yourself, the only vaccine against saphobia is Mrs. Ball's chutney, samosas, koeksisters, 'n hertsoggie, biltong, verkieslik met geel vet, droë wors, sosaties, potjiekos. If you've not had any of these things, go and get it today. It won't kill saphobia, but it will make life a little bit better. God bless you. Die Here seën julle. Mag sy hand van verryking net oor julle kom. I'm going to have one hell of a 12 days. South Africa, we've got basically 2 Mondays left. This coming Monday is the last week before our destiny. And the week after, election. And then work starts. So support your local candidates. Letitia, ons is klaar bespek met saphobia. Daar sy. Here seën julle, oor aan 'n melktert, né? Baie jammer. Daai melktertjie, sit hom in, pas hom, hy mag maar inkom. En kom ons hanteer saphobia, maar kom ons spray hom, né? Be safe out there, look after yourself. I can't ever thank you for the time that more than 900 of you gave me today. Spread this video, get it out, make sure the people know. Change is coming. The UIM is here to bring that change. Lekker bly, lief vir julle. Bye-bye.